Hello YouTube, Bald Man Building an Airplane. This is wing structure video number 5, and in this video it's going to be basically doing some match drilling or final drilling of the aileron pushrod brackets, or rather the pushrod holder brackets. I don't know. Those go on the inboard wing ribs. Then it's going to be working on basically the attachments to the ribs. So these pieces go on the first rib and they convert like the motion of your control stick to motion along the lateral axis. So that way it pushes outward through the wing through a torque tube, and then twists. I don't know. Yeah, it twists through the wing, and then that goes to a bell crank, which pushes the aileron. So we'll put these together. I don't know if I rivet them here, but probably pretty soon. And then it's going to be working on the flap attach brackets, which are like 1/4 inch thick aluminum. Yeah, there they are. I didn't realize when I got these that they had this clear vinyl or whatever it is on them, and it was so sticky. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were heat treated with that stuff on, but I basically spent hours, and it's still here, just like you see me like scraping it off gently with some metal. I ended up having to acetone and scrape that gunk off of there, and then even then it wasn't fully clean, so I ended up having to just basically completely scuff them down with Scotch-Brite and acetone to get the last bits of the adhesive off of there, and then prime them. But before I could prime them, I had to straighten them. And that's another story entirely. You can kind of see how they're a little bit bent, because as with anything that gets punched aluminum, it gets a little bendy in the punch. So these were a major pain. So I think they're just about clean here. But the next step says, yeah, straighten these out because they are slightly curved. You can kind of see the edges of them up. So yeah, they say, hey, use the Wang method, basically. Put them in a vise, whack it with something, and the preloading is the problem because they're tiny. Well, not tiny, they're small. But yeah, 2 hours after banging on them with the hammer and hurting my hand, I was ready to go buy a press, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can just use these nice Nipex pliers with a paper towel on there to keep them from dinging up the piece to preload. So once I did that, it went super fast. Again, the Nipex pliers, because they are always flat when they clamp. They use a cam system to make sure they're flat. So, yep, those got flattened. My hand probably hurt for a day or two afterward, before I started using the pliers. And now it's time to match drill the holes from those brackets into the ribs. And this is again where the labeling was super handy, because I was like, okay, they go on ribs number 3 and number 8 for each, and I just laid them out and attached them or match drilled them. And again, I didn't have to worry about which ones to grab. I just knew exactly which ones to grab by looking at the drawing. The instructions sort of tell you that too, but then it's always like, well, wait, which one is which and which one do I do? So anyway, that's it for this one. So we'll see you next time.